Now shifting our focus back at home, where a pattern of standoffs between southern state governors and legislatures is emerging. From Karnataka to Tamil Nadu and Kerala, disagreements over governor's address are raising fresh questions about constitutional protocol and center-state relations. In Karnataka, Governor Thawarchand Gehlot initially declined to address the joint session of the legislation beginning January 22, and a big breaking news coming in where the Karnataka government is going to seek SC direction in the matter. State government insists that cabinet approved the speech is to be read by the governor. Karnataka government is going to move Supreme Court if governor skips the joint session. Governor said that he will skip the session if changes are not made in the speech. Advocate General has left for Delhi to likely to file the petition in the Supreme Court, seeking its direction to resolve the standoff between the governor. The standoff is escalating between the Karnataka government and the governor, Thawarchand Gehlot, who has decided to skip the session if the changes that he has asked to be made in his speech are not made. Big breaking news coming in from the standoff. Earlier in Karnataka, Governor Thawarchand Gehlot declined to address the joint session. Later he agreed that he will come, but looks like he has changed his mood again. He will skip the session if the changes that he has asked are not made in his address. I am being joined by my colleague Gautam Shankar for more on this. Gautam, it looks like the stage is set for a stormy Karnataka session. Do you think that there's going to be any middle ground that can be reached between the Karnataka government and the governor, as now they are planning a legal battle over the standoff?
Yes, Nancy. What we are witnessing is another state government versus governor face-off. After Tamil Nadu and Kerala, now we are witnessing this in the state of Karnataka. And like you rightly pointed out, now we are likely to see a legal battle unfold as well, because the state government has decided that they will move the Supreme Court if the governor decides to stay away, because according to the constitution, the governor is supposed to give the customary address for the state assembly session, and if he does not do so, then the government is going to file a petition. They've already rushed the Advocate General to Delhi late last night as well, and it'll be very interesting to see what will unfold through the rest of the day. Keep in mind that the session starts at 11 a.m. and the government has decided that they will meet until 11:15 a.m. And before, if the governor does not attend the session by then they're going to move the Supreme Court as well. So we could see a massive legal face-off happening as well. Now, what is the row actually all about? If we have to look at why the governor is expressing a concern over addressing the session, is that he has reservations about 11 paragraphs in the speech that has been prepared by the state government, and he wants certain sections to be dropped. And if we have to look at what these objections are and what exactly is mentioned in these 11 paragraphs in the customary address to the joint legislature session, it talks about centers perpetrate discrimination in the devolution of funds to the state of Karnataka, and it also goes on to speak about the center actually having allocated lesser funds in tax devolution, reduction in the share in the 15th Finance Commission, and delay in the drought relief funds sought by the state as well. So these are certain sections that the governor is really not comfortable. So yesterday, the Law and Parliamentary Affairs Minister H.K. Patil with the delegation went to Lok Bhavan and held a discussion with the governor, saying that we will make modifications, and you should address the session. So they are still hopeful. They remain optimistic that the governor will actually come and address the session. But if he does not, the state government is set to take up this legal battle as well, Nancy.
Gautam, this is not an isolated case that is coming from just Karnataka. Just yesterday, we saw R.N. Gavi R.N. Ravi walking out of the assembly after he had some problem that the national anthem was not played, and he claimed that it was a disrespect, and he also refused to read the address in the assembly given by the government. And now we see that Karnataka also, the governor is refusing to read the speech that is prepared by him by the state government. A pattern of governor turning rebellious in southern state. I mean, it is kind of alarming, don't you think?
Absolutely, because keep in mind that the three no, southern states that are actually fighting it out with the governor is three non-BJP ruled states as well. And like you rightly pointed out, the situation is actually quite similar to the episodes that we saw in the Kerala Assembly, where Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan also there he objected to the governor Rajendra Arlekar, basically saying that Chief Minister then said that there are parts of the cabinet approved speech that was skipped by the governor in Kerala. And according to the chief minister, the omitted sections basically criticized the union government's fiscal policies there as well. And there's a similar row that is happening in Karnataka, and also, like you pointed out, in Tamil Nadu as well, where Governor R.N. Ravi declined to read the state government's address, and he walked out of the assembly citing objections basically to the national anthem not being played, his mic being switched off, and also that he felt that there were certain sections of the customary address that were not factful that were presented by the DMK government in Tamil Nadu. So we are seeing a pattern here that is emerging in all of the southern states where the governor and the government is facing off, saying that according to the constitution, the governor is simply supposed to take the speech that has been prepared by the state government and they're supposed to read it out. But the governors are refusing, saying that there are certain things that in these speeches that are not, are not truthful, at least according to them. And that is where the whole confrontation comes. Is the governor, who is actually not an elected individual, supposed to have this kind of power? That is the question that is being raised by all of these states, and it'll be interesting to see how this entire episode plays out in Karnataka as well. Yeah.
Well, Gautam, I will stick my head out of the window and point to the obvious that these standoffs that we are witnessing between the governor and the CM or the state government is happening only in the states where the opposition is in power. Uh, Although governors are appointed by the center, but they are expected to behave, or they are expected to be bipartisan. Declining their address is their it's a constitutional duty. How fair is it for the governor to decline or to refuse to even attend the assembly?
Absolutely. That is the big question right now, because constitutionally, like you pointed out, the governor is mandated to come attend the session and read out the customary address. There cannot be any changes that can be proposed by the governor to the speech. They are supposed to take the observations made by the state government and read it out as they are part of the state government here. And also the pattern that you spoke about as well. In Tamil Nadu, we have the DMK government, the non-BJP ruled state. In Kerala, we have the ADF led by the CPM, a non-BJP ruled state. In Karnataka, Congress government. So the pattern is very clear here. Non-BJP ruled states is where this row is happening. While we saw Karnataka having a sort of cordial relationship with the governor Kavarchan Gehlot over several years, but of late we've been seeing even the Karnataka government challenging the governor over several issues. And now we could come to a situation where we could see a legal drama unfolding in the Supreme Court as well, where the Advocate General is going to file a petition. So it's all down to that time now. At 11:15, if the governor does not attend the session, we could see the Karnataka government moving the Supreme Court, and that could actually present a big constitutional headache for the Supreme Court as well. Because keep in mind that the argument that is being made by the state governments is here that the governors cost the public about 700 crores annually, and they live in these massive palaces called Lok Bhavan as well. And the state governments in all these three states basically argue that the governors serve no real function that cannot be handled by the existing government institutions as well. So what is the need for the governor? They are supposed to represent the government, and they're not doing the constitutional duty. So it'll be really interesting to see how this drama unfolds today, Nancy.
Well, I think there are some sticking points where these standoffs usually occur. First is they will refuse to not address the assembly, they will not read the speech that has been given by the state government. And another important part is the bills, not giving assent to the bills that we saw in Tamil Nadu as well, and we used to see it in West Bengal as well. I mean, these type of holding on to bills and this recurring standoffs are reopening the debate on what is the role of the government and the limits of their duty as governors of the state.
Absolutely. While the row right now is actually about the customary address, keep in mind that if you have to look at the another side of the drama is the assent to the bills that have been passed by the legislative assembly of these respective states. Now, the government, there have been legal battles that have unfolded in the Supreme Court as well, where the Supreme Court has also sort of butted in and said that the governor cannot really sit on these bills indefinitely, and had also at one point questioned the president as well, the president of India, where once these bills are just sent to the president, then it again sits there indefinitely. So and the bills are basically, you can see, these are bills where there is sort of disagreement between the state government and the center. These are the kind of bills, and also regarding the appointment of vice chancellors to certain universities, basically drawing on the powers of the governor as well. Where does the government draw the line? And this is basically an escalation of that issue. And now we are seeing this drama unfold in the assembly session, and it really begs the question: what is the role of the governor? Is he just supposed to represent the state government, and he's a non-elected body, and they are supposed to behave as such? But that doesn't seem to be the case in at least the three southern states that we're seeing. And it will be interesting to see what really happens in all of these states as well. Now, what we understand is that all of the three states have one thing, one particular concern, that the governor is not really behaving like what he's supposed to. He is a non-elected individual, and he is supposed to just be a sort of green stamp on all of their bills, but that is not happening, and now they're refusing to
Absolutely.
address the assembly as well. And keep in mind, in Tamil Nadu and Kerala as well, even though the governors refused to read out the customary speech, it was accepted by the speaker, saying that it has been read. So on record, it goes on as governor has read. So this is a pattern of disrespect also that you could say that we are witnessing as well. So it'll be interesting to see what really happens today as well.
Right, Gautam. Thank you so much for joining.